Hi, in this video we want to talk about drawing the parabola. So we talk about the how to solve the quadratic equation. Now we want to talk about the drawing parabola. Okay. It has two shapes. Usually it has two shapes. One of them is a standard shape and another shape is the shape that you can find the vertex and you can draw it easily. Okay, let's go at first schematic shape of the quadratic equation, quadratic graph. It has usually two shapes. If we have x squared, it will be like this: y equal x squared. It's better to at first understand this shape, and sometimes we have minus x squared. So this is y equal minus x squared. Now we try to solve some examples. At first we have the shape of with the vertex form. So what is the vertex form? The form of this is like it: a x minus h powered by 2 plus k. So it is the vertex form, and at first we find the vertex point. After that, by this shape or this shape, draw it easily. So what is the coordination of vertex for the vertex point? It is h. So it is different sign of this h and k, and with the same sign of k. So it is h different sign, and k means here if we had x plus h, you will have minus h, but if you have minus k, you will have here minus k. It is different. And another shape is when you have a x squared plus bx plus c, and it is the standard form of the quadratic formula. Now start by some examples. You can understand it better. Let's go to this example. We have y equal to x minus 4 squared plus 5. Okay, you see it is the vertex form, so easily I can write the vertex coordination. Because it is minus 4, I write here 4 and 5 itself. It is my vertex. After that, look at here. If we expand it, my x should be positive. Because x is positive, I should use the green, the up. Okay, so at first draw the shape. My shape should be like this, but the vertex of this should be in this point. Now easily I can draw it. Okay, here said it is x of vertex is 4, 1 2 3 4, and y of this is 5, 1 2 3 4 5. Suppose that every of this is 2, so 1 2 3 4. It is the 4, 1 2 3 4 5. Here is 5. So my point should be, if I draw this point, it should be here. This is the vertex point. After finding the vertex point, I know my graph should be like this. Means my graph should be concave. Should concave up. Yeah, it is concave up. Now I want to know where it intersects with y-axis. To find this, I should put x equals 0. By x equals 0, I know I will have 2 times minus 4 power 2 plus 5. Minus 4 powered by 2 is 16 times 2 is 32 plus 5 is 37. So it will be very bigger than this. Let me erase it and draw better. Okay, so 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here is the point of. Yes, now try to draw it. Suppose that here is the answer is 37. So y is 37. I know it intersects with y-axis. So it is the graph. It is the graph. Or by another way, I usually can draw like this. I say this graph is easily like this. Okay. At first I say I can draw x squared, so let's draw by yellow. It is my x squared. It is positive x squared. Okay. After that, shift on x axis, because this number is belong to x. It's near to x in a bracket, and belong to x if it is under the radical with x, or it is in the absolute sign with x, and in the bracket with x is belong to x. It's belong to x. So if it said minus 4 means opposite sign, means go on x axis 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I say, for example, here, what does it mean? It means shift this to it, to 4 on x-axis. So I shift it to 4 on x-axis. At the end, it said it is belong to y. On y-axis, your vertex should go up 5. Suppose that here is 5. So I say in this position it were. Now it is in this position. So I draw it without using the vertex point. Okay, it is the shape, the total shape of this. Now try to solve another example. I have y equal x plus 3 squared. Only this. You know, in y part I don't have anything, and on x I have 3. Let's draw it easily at first, and after that check by vertex. Okay, it is for vertex. Okay, what does it say? It say because 3 belongs to x, you should go on -3. So on -3. And what is the sign of x? The sign of x squared is positive. So easily I draw it. Let's change it. Easily I draw it. It is y equal x plus 3. Now by vertex point. So the vertex point here, the h of or x of the vertex point here is opposite of this sign. It is -3. And y is 0. Okay, on my vertex should be on -3 and 0. And because x is positive, x squared is positive, I draw it easily. And if you want to know where it intersects with y-axis, you should put x equals 0. In x equals 0, you will have intersect with y-axis, and you say when x is 0, it is 3. So in y equal 3, you will have intersect with y-axis. Let's go another example. Oh, excuse me, in this the previous example, when x equals 0, y was 9. Y was 0 plus 3 squared. Y was 9. 9 was correct. Intersection with y-axis is on 9. Let's go to the new example. Now we have y equal minus x minus 2 squared plus 3. At first look at the sign of x. So it is the vertex form. And look at the sign of x. If you expand this, your x should be negative. So I should choose the red part. Okay? So my graph should be the second part or the downer part. It is the schematic shape of this. It will be this. It depends on the vertex coordination. Now if I want to draw it easily, I say I try to draw the minus x squared and shift on x-axis 2 and on y-axis after that 3. So at first I draw it x minus x squared. At first try to draw minus x squared. Okay, this is minus x squared. At the second draw shift on 2 on x-axis 2. Suppose that here is 2, I shifted it 2, and after that shift it 3 on y-axis. Suppose that here I shift it on y-axis. It is the new graph. It should be the shape. Now let's draw it better. Okay, what is my vertex here? My vertex coordination is 2 and 3. Okay, let's go and find this point. 2 and 3. Okay, this is 2 and 3. This is the vertex point. And I know my graph should be negative, should be down. The x squared is negative, so I draw it. And I want to know where on y-axis I have the intersection with y. So if put x equals 0, you have 4 minus 4 plus 3. It is on minus 1. It has intersection with y-axis. Okay, let's go draw it. It is the graph. Easily you can see they are same. Okay, let's go to the another example and draw by standard formula, standard shape of x. What should we do? How can we draw it easily? So let's start with example. Y equal x squared minus or plus 6x minus 15. Okay, in this situation only easily you can find the vertex point and draw it. How? By this formula. You say x of the vertex equal minus b over 2a. What is minus b? B is here 6. Minus b is minus 6 over 2a. 2 times 1 is 2. It is minus 3. So on x minus 3, if we plug in minus 3 instead of x, what is y of vertex? The y of vertex is, if we put minus 3, it's at minus 3 squared plus 6 times minus 3 minus 15. 3 squared is 9 minus 18 minus 15. It will be minus 24. It is minus 24. Now I can draw the graph. Suppose that it is x and y axis, and let's draw it better. Okay, now I want to find the intersection with y-axis, so I try to write x equal 0. So I say if x equals 0 on y equal minus 15, I have intersection with y-axis. Suppose that minus 15 is here. It is minus 15. And minus 24 will be here. Minus 24. At first look at the factor of x. When you have the standard form, it's better to all divided by the factor of x at first. After that use x equal something. It's better to do this. At first look at the factor of x squared. Factor of x squared here is positive. So the shape of my graph should open up. So what is the vertex? Vertex is minus 3 and 24. Here is the point of vertex, and it should intersect with minus 15. So draw it. It is my graph. Easily I can draw it. Okay, let's solve another example. Now we have another formula and a new thing. This is y equal minus 8x squared minus 16x plus 6. And you know, if you find the roots of this, it means you will have the intersection with x-axis. Let's solve it completely and find the roots, maybe. Okay, let's try. So here you have minus x squared, so you should choose this. But I told you it's better to all divided by the factor of x squared. It is 8. Minus remain. So divided by 8, it is minus x squared minus 2x plus 6 over 8. You know 6 over 8 is 0.75. Now I find easily x of vertex. It will be minus b over 2a. So what is minus b over 2a? Minus b here is 2 over 2a. 2a here is minus 2. It will be minus 1. If we plug in minus 1, we will have in this equation plug in minus 1 squared minus 2 times minus 1 plus 6 over 8 or 0.75. It will be 1.75. It is the y of vertex. 1.75. Now if we need to find the intersect with y axis, it will be y equal 0.75 or 6 over 8. We put here x 0. Okay, now let's draw it. According to the shape of the graph and according to the sign of x, it should be the red part, means concave. Okay, means concave. Look at here. Now find at first the vertex form, the vertex point. It is minus 1 and minus 1, minus 1 here. Suppose that minus 1 is here. Minus 1 and y is 1.75. Suppose that 1.75 is here. If we connect them, it will be this point. It is my vertex and 0.75 is intersection with y-axis. Now easily I can, it is minus 1, easily I can draw it. It is the graph of this equation. Now I want to solve it by the vertex form. How can I solve it by the vertex form? And I should change this equation by the vertex form. Again, it's better to divide by a, and after that try to solve it by factorizing between the first two terms. So at first I have minus, factorizing the minus, and it is x. If you remember, we say it should be half of this. Half of this is 1 squared, and if you expand it, a plus 1 you will have here. We produce the minus 1 here if you expand it. Because of this sign, you have minus 1 and it is extra. So plus 1, to get rid of this minus 1, plus 0.75 or 6 over 8, no difference. So my equation will be minus x plus 1 squared plus 1.75. You see, it is like this, but the vertex is clear. So what is the vertex point? The x of this is minus 1 and y is 1.75. So I have everything of this. Can I draw it? Yes, I can draw it easily. Minus 1 and 1.75, yes, and it goes down. It is the shape of graph. You change it to the vertex form and draw it. Okay, now let's solve the last example by two shapes. We have this equation, y equal 10 minus x minus 3x squared. At first you should write it or rearrange it better. X squared is first, minus x plus 10. As I told you, you should get rid of the factor of x squared. So it is divided by 3. It is minus x squared minus x over 3 plus 10 over 3. Okay. Now find x of vertex. It is minus b over 2a. So what is minus b here? It is minus 1 over 3 over 2a over minus 2. Okay, minus 1 over 3, it will be positive. 1 over 3 over 2, it will be, because of minus 2 here, I will have a minus 1 over 6, or it will be minus 0.16 and 6 continue. So y of vertex will be, when you put minus 1 over 6 in this, if you find it, we will have 121 over 36. So it is 3.36. So my vertex is this. And when x equals 0, I will have intersection with y-axis. It will be how much? It will be 10 over 3, or it is 3.33. It's very close to each other. Now draw it. Okay, at first I try to find the vertex. Vertex is minus 0. Suppose that I draw it bigger one is here, and minus 0, this is the 166, and 3.36 here, and 3.33 here. Okay, 3.36 is here, and this point, it is the vertex point. And because the factor of x is negative, factor of x squared is negative, the shape should be like this. Yes, easily we drew it. Now if it is, we want to change it to the vertex form, what should we do? Sometimes maybe they say this question, at first change to the vertex form and draw it. Okay, easily we can draw it and change to the, at first change to the vertex form and draw it. So okay, now change to the vertex form, again divide by 3, it will be minus x squared minus x over 3 plus 10 over 3. It is the formula. Now I write to the vertex form. What should I do? I say minus itself. Now I have x, and I will have, because I factored minus, here is positive. Half of 1 over 3 is 1 over 6. If we expand it, we will have a 1 over minus 1 over, because of this minus, we have 1 over minus 1 over 36. So I should get rid of this 1 over 36 by adding this plus 10 over 3. Okay, it will be minus x plus 1 over 6 squared plus 1 over 121 over 36. Now I can easily draw this graph. 121 over 36 is 3.36, and 1 over 6 is 0.166 minus 0.166. So again this is 3.36, and this is minus 0.166, 3.36. I have this point as a vertex, and I know the factor is minus, so I drew it easily. Okay, thank you for watching this video, and have a good time.